Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
That song, I like it. Wake Up, It's Gonna Be a Good Day. It's not by my dad, obviously. That's something off the YouTube audio library. It's called Wake Up a Good Day. And I hope you guys are having a good day. Here right now where I'm at, not so good day. Cloudy, rainy, stormy. Not a good day to be out or swimming. So I have some time this morning for this Good Morning Linux. Well, good morning to this Total OS podcast, this top podcast. Get it? Total OS podcast, T-O-P, Total OS podcast. It's, okay, well, never mind. Anyway, welcome. This morning we'll talk about Chromebooks. And why do I use a Chromebook? I actually got two of them. One of them is outdated, still works. The other one, it's good. I mean, they're both good. I'm just joking. But the one is definitely outdated, got it to work. The other one is a 4K Chromebook. That is fantastic. Actually works very well. So for those of you who catch this podcast later, watch it later, sorry that I missed you. Right now, I think I can do these Tuesday mornings. It can change week to week. So for those of you who are curious, I put my specs here on the screen for this computer. Those of you who will watch this later, running a Lenovo desktop from the Fred Flintstone store. It's from I think it was manufactured 2011. Linux Mint, not the brand new Linux Mint. I tried doing the upgrade, but I found a bug in the Mint upgrade. The new Mint upgrade. Oh no, Linux has bugs. Duh. Linux Mint is great, but I tried doing the upgrade to the new Linux Mint. It did not work for me. I'm sure they'll fix it with some updates. It's all good. But this is a Lenovo dual core, as you see here on the specs on the screen, those of you who are watching this. And it's just a simple dual core, a simple, I think it's just a 1 gig graphics card. Nothing fancy, maxed out with 8 gigs of RAM. Pretty, light, slim specs, but good enough to do these types of podcasts for Tuesday morning. So welcome all. If you would like to support these types of podcasts, please do have some links below in the show notes through PayPal, Patreon, and my dad's Italian tunes. All the tunes you buy off the website go back into the channel to support the channel. This Christmas, or maybe before, I do need to get another monitor. I've gone through 4 monitors, as some of you know. I have the worst luck with TV monitors. For me, they all suck. I'll just be honest. So if I can find a simple one at a garage, I'll pick one up. If not, I'll wait till Christmas time. And I need to get another monitor for my desk. I'm actually doing this on a 50-inch 4K monitor. A little bit too big to put on the desk, but Tuesday mornings for me are great to do my morning stretches here on the carpet. Recovering from a broken foot. It's all healed, thank you. So I do my foot stretches, leg stretches, and it feels pretty good. So thank you for all of you who have stuck around. And thanks to all of the supporters. I don't say that often enough. Some of you like to remain anonymous, so that's why I don't say anything. Anyway, welcome. All right, so for this morning, we will talk about why I use a Chromebook, why I use a Chromebook, why Chromebooks right now are the best that Linux has to offer for the masses, not necessarily for you, for the masses, why I think Chromebooks are the best that Linux has to offer right now in terms of value, affordability, easy to use, no maintenance, no bugs, at least none that I've seen. If you guys find a bug in a Chromebook that you bought new, let me know. Now, I don't mean Chromebooks that you've hacked or installed Linux apps. I mean out of the box Chromebooks. I have not seen any bugs, not yet. So they just work. I mean, what else can I say? Each year it's been the year of the Linux desktop. Well, it's here with the Chromebook. So we'll talk about why use a Chromebook. So I came across a website. This is about Chromebooks.com. So we can transition here and take a look at this. Again, those of you who are watching this, you can just follow along, or you can just listen to this later. So let me go to this website here, why I use a Chromebook. Let me go to OBS real quick and make sure that the stream looks good. It looks like we are in the green. Somebody asked about the resolution. Yes, we are doing these podcasts in 720p. A couple of reasons. Number one, you don't really need to use full HD or 4K for podcasts. Number two, these computers that I have, these backup computers, cannot stream smoothly in 1080p. They're just, the processor will just choke. The little squirrels will just choke. Anyway, so that answers that. About Chromebooks.com, why this gentleman, why he uses a Chromebook. Now before we go into the privacy thing, I know what you're going to say. Gee, TotalOS, what about the privacy? If any of you can find a way to delete yourself off the web, I mean completely erase yourself off the web so you can start fresh, as in fresh with privacy, let me know, because I have not found a way. I think it's impossible. That's why I don't believe privacy exists on the web, at least the way you and I would define privacy, right? I think that's fair. So once you get on the web, forget about privacy. It's not there. Now, security against malware, ransomware, having a secure system, oh, absolutely, 100%. Any system, Chromebook, MacBook, Windows, Linux, any system that is fully updated is secure. But that's not the same as privacy. So for now, let's just throw privacy out the window. Does not exist on the web. All right. Now, why this gentleman uses a Chromebook? And really, pretty much the same reasons why I use a Chromebook. So let's see what he has to say. So this gentleman, this is from aboutchromebooks.com, uses a Chromebook since, since 2010, since the first prototype in 2010. Interesting. Okay, so he writes that Chrome OS is built on Linux and Linux is zippy. 100% agree. Linux, well, I would say probably some or most Linux is zippy. Yeah, I know there's some Linux-based systems out there that I've tried, like the ones with the GNOME desktop. The last thing on my mind is zippy. In fact, I have found to be the new Windows 11 with the fresh install to be more zippy, as it were, than GNOME desktop Linux-based systems. Just a personal observation, your mileage may vary. But as a whole, Linux is zippy. So this gentleman writes, we've been hearing this will be the year of the Linux desktop every year for at least a decade. Yeah, that's probably true. We keep saying it because Windows owns the lion's share of desktop computing, while Mac OS has a smaller, passionate base. Yeah, I would say that's true. Then he says we have the many flavors or distributions, distros of Linux. 100% agree. All right, yet there have been quarterly periods where Chromebooks have outsold Macs. Let me just say that again. Chromebooks, Linux-based Chromebooks have outsold Macs. Not bad. All right, and Chrome OS is arguably a Linux desktop platform. Well, you can argue about it. Linux, the Chromebook is based on a modified version of the Linux kernel, so it's Linux. Okay. All right. So let's see here. It's possibly the simplest Linux desktop to use, built with the browser, built-in browser, and you get a few utilities, files, gallery, and the launcher. Okay, so let's move on here. What matters more to me is that Linux is one of the fastest and most stable operating systems around. Sure, it can be configured to be as lean as you need it to run quickly. Or you can go hog wild, he writes, and install tons of apps, packages, and utilities on a computer that costs thousands of dollars. By the way, I asked former Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger what he thought of a Chromebook. He replied, Chromebook. I speak Arnoldese. That means it was fantastic. Thank you, Arnold. That joke never gets old. Sorry. Okay, so let's scroll down some more. And this guy says that Chrome OS is a lighter platform than Linux. Oh, absolutely. And he gets to write here that processors in Windows have historically been heavier than Linux. So I won't go into all of that. I completely agree so far what this gentleman has to say. He wants a speedy system, so he uses a Chromebook. Chromebooks are fast. I mean, I can get online. Once I open the lid on my laptop, my Chromebook, I'm online in like 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Nothing touches that. All right, so he writes he does not need to do more on a Chromebook. So this gets me to a second point. He says, yes, it is a valid criticism of Chromebooks that can't do as much as a Mac or PC. That's true, but they are generally not designed for that. But they're faster. They're generally more reliable, I would say. More cost-effective, more affordable, more easy. So, yeah. He can't install traditional desktop apps, although he installs Linux desktop apps. Okay, that's all good. And he talks about PC gaming. I guess he doesn't do PC gaming. And of course, gaming, most people who game probably are not going to buy a Mac for gaming. And he's talked about owning many gaming consoles. It doesn't matter to me that I can't play every single game on a Chromebook. He streams games with NVIDIA's GeForce Now. I'm not familiar with that. I mean, I've heard of it. I don't use it. So you guys who use that, let me know. What about video editing? This is the number one reason why I don't use Chromebooks like all the time. This gentleman got out of the YouTube game years ago. Maybe he's the smart one, I don't know. So he doesn't need this functionality. For the rare personal use videos I do what millions of people do. He uses a phone. Really? You use a phone for video editing? Wow. Or maybe he just uses a phone to create and not edit. Yeah, I know. And he writes, yes, Chrome OS is gaining a video editing and movie making feature in the next few months. Really? Chrome OS is getting a video editing and movie making feature. Wow. I did not know that. I'm going to definitely have to look into that, because if that's coming, then I'll definitely be using a Chromebook more. Cool. It's about time, Google. Chromebooks need their own video editor. Come on, let's get with the program. All right, so are there limitations for Chromebook? Chromebook, sure. Everything has a limitation, I suppose. Did those limitations affect his workflow? Nope. And that's what he writes. And they may apply to your personal workflow and so on. To put it simply, he uses a Chromebook because it can do what he needs it to do. Okay. Chrome OS and Chromebooks have evolved relatively fast. Yeah, Chromebooks have been around since 2011. I have to be honest, the first time I thought of Chromebook, I laughed. A lot has changed. A lot has changed. Look, during these pandemic times, again, Chromebooks have outsold Macs. Not too shabby, hence the power of Linux. And he has a screenshot from 2009-ish, I guess. Ugh. So yes, Chromebooks have evolved. They've come a long way. Yes, you can start with the low-cost Chromebook or go to a higher-end Mac-ish Chromebook. 4K starting at about $600-700, which is still affordable. Look, you're not going to find an Ubuntu Linux Mint 4K machine for $700. It ain't going to happen. Maybe used, but for brand new, 8 years of guaranteed support, yeah, that's not going to happen. So he talks about the capability of the Chromebooks, the speed of the software updates. That is pretty fast also. figure out what you need to do and buy the best tool for the tasks. Again, Chromebooks are not for everyone. Totally agree with that. But it gets the job done. So this is why he uses a Chromebook. This is why I use a Chromebook, or some of the reasons why I use a Chromebook. They just work. Now, if that video editor for Chromebook native that's coming out, if that does the job, I'm not going to need to use Kdenlive. Well, maybe for a while. We'll see. I'll have to test it. I'm assuming it's coming out in the fall, brand new. And it's probably a beta, probably have its bugs when it's first released. So we'll see. All right, just a quick drinking break here. All right, I'm going to stick around a little longer this morning. Again, because of the crappy weather, the rain, you can't really cut grass or anything. So I'm actually drinking Diet Cola. I was too lazy to make a coffee. Yeah, anyway. Again, those of you who are watching this podcast on the screen, there are this computer specs. Again, Linux can revive an older machine. All right, let me go to the. Let me scroll over to the chat again. This was not really scheduled. Let me see who's in here, and I'll say hello. Vincenzo's in the house. Come on, Vince, you gotta join us one of these weekends on a Linux A team. The A stands for Australia, by the way. In case you didn't know, duh. The Linux A team. What's up, Vincenzo? Ryan, they gave you Chromebooks in high school, and it was too dumb to hack it. Oh, you was too dumb to hack it then. Ah, okay, got it. That Linux dude Dominic, what's up, man? If Chromebook is good, how come it isn't the Chromebook to a thing yet? Oh, sarcasm. Yeah. Well, there's been many types of Chromebooks for sure. Yeah, I like mine. Sedans. I thought Arnold wanted more power. You got him with the Chromebooks. 4K Chromebook. Yeah, you got the power. Better processor, faster processor, more RAM. I mean, how fast do you need to go? More power. More power, more speed. And that's what Chromebooks, some of them, that's what Chromebooks are all about. Oh man, let me take another sip here. Diet Cola instead of coffee in the morning. It has caffeine. I'm just too lazy to make the coffee, but I'm here. I wonder what computer specials we'll have this holiday season coming up. I could use one, but I have to get a monitor, TV monitor first. Speaking of TVs, this last week, last Friday, my neighbors, they bought a new TV. They had one at 10 years old. It was time to upgrade. 2-3 weeks ago, they asked me, "Hey, do you know much about TVs?" I was like, I've toasted 4 of them. Anyway, I'll talk about TVs in a future podcast. But I thought that they were going to buy a 50-inch TV. So I went to their house after work Friday. They bought a 65-inch. We had a mount on the wall. Oh boy. We got it done. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Anyway. Vincenzo says that's enough soda for toss. My what size is it? My 12 ounce can is almost empty. So yeah, Vince, you may be right. It almost may be enough for me. So I don't know what's in this thing. It's diet. This has aspartame. Is this safe to drink? Anybody? It has carbonated water, caramel color, phosphoric acid, not good for your teeth, right? Aspartame, sodium benzate. Jeez, I feel like a nuclear power plant. I hope it's safe. But Vince says we'll be joining A-Team at some point, just don't know when, need more time. Okay. We might schedule one this Friday if you want to join in. Of course, you're more than welcome to any time, my dear friend from down under. The Linux Australian team, the Linux A-Team. Ha ha. I was reading up on the news where a driver in the highway there somewhere, as he was driving, a big snake crawled out from under his his seat while driving. Oops. Maybe he was using Snake OS. If anybody's new is watching and would love to say hello, would like to say hello, because you don't normally do when I do these at night because of time zones. That's one of the main reasons why I do these shows in the morning podcast, to get other people to join in and say hello. So please say hello if you are new. Sedan says not good. What the ingredients in the Diet Coke? Yeah, I mean, I don't do this every morning, but yeah. Vincenzo says he has another A word, and it's definitely not Australians. This is a family channel. Be nice. So Vincenzo, are Chromebooks a thing in Australia? Do people even know what they are? Can you find them in the store? Just curious. Obviously, in the States, they're a big thing. Just curious if Australians are into the Chrome. Yeah, this has the aspartame artificial sweetener. So, anyway. Like I said, too lazy to make the cafe. I'm kind of psyched. I talked about that new video editor for Chromebooks being released soon. I am psyched for that. How it works. That's what's, well, there's two things holding me back. A native video editor for Chromebook and the OBS, the Chromebook version of OBS Studio. That's what I've been waiting. Then I can use a Chromebook 7 days a week. They are in stores. You gave your daughter a Chrome OS Flex for schoolwork. Nice. And it does the job nice. Yeah, thanks, Fitz. I didn't mention that this morning since we're on the topic, but I tested Chrome OS Flex the unstable branch. I don't know if it's upgraded out of the unstable branch. Was not expecting it to do much. Look, it's unstable Linux. The freaking thing worked. I was like, dang. I was like, oh, wow, it works. So yeah, it's great. I don't have it anymore. I installed on my older Windows Vista laptop. That's how. Yeah, from 2000. I installed Zorn OS 16.1.1 Lite to test that. But I was very impressed with Vince, with Chrome OS Flex from the developmental branch of Google's Linux. Very impressed. If you haven't already, check out Chrome OS Flex. It's free to download. And like I said, if I got it running on a machine that had Windows freaking Vista, and I didn't. Oh, I take that back. There was one bug. Bluetooth didn't quite. It was kicking in and out. That was the only bug. Not bad for the unstable branch. Very impressed. Hence the power of Linux. The machine was running Cloud Ready and automatically updated to Chrome OS Flex seamlessly. Yeah, that's right. If you already had, that is right, because the Chromebook, Google took over that, right? Yes. And no bugs. Nice. Very nice. Talk about friendly for the masses. That is so sweet. Yeah, I was playing with it briefly. Like I said, the only issue was the Bluetooth. Other than that, a little slower. Heck, I'm a machine from 2008. I wasn't expecting it to be super fast, but it was fast enough. Yeah. I'm reading something on the top here, but this must be new. It says opt in for the chance to get Total OS Today 1 month membership and access to exclusive allow gifts. Huh. Interesting. Well, why not? Anyway, that is new. The account is managed by the school, so that also takes some of the management and safety worries out of your hands. Yeah. Yes. Cool. What's up, Quails? How are you? I don't know why that's backwards, Vince, but I think it says good day, Quails. Yeah, it shows backwards on the screen. Weird. Refresh that. There we go. Still backwards. Oh well. Anyway. I need to reposition my foot here. Stretching out. So yeah, I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit longer. I went through my topic. Those of you who are coming in late watching this, just go ahead and watch this on the replay. Yeah, for some reason, Vince, your replies are coming up backwards. Well, he is in Australia, but a bump bump. Love you too. It has been a while, Vince. We need to all get together for a big blowout Linux A team. I also need to get a hold of our singer friend Slim Man for another concert. He released 2 new songs this summer. I believe Stephanie is back in action doing her shows in Germany in a month or two. Good for her. No, it's been rough for independent workers. That's right. Always blame the guy who has numbers at the end of his name. It's Quail's 66 fault. Yes. Just kidding. There's a city in Italy that I believe has completely switched or tried to completely switch to Linux. I forget the name. I have to look it up. I read it somewhere. Maybe it was on the Zorn OS website because I downloaded the new light version. Maybe that's who I read it. The city starts with a V. No, it's not in the city of Vince. Maybe it is. I don't know. I have to look it up, but I thought that was cool. I think there was a city in Germany that is once again trying to convert to Linux. I think that's awesome. Zorn OS, they've been around since 2009, I think, 2010. So check them out already if you haven't. What is on my phone? I got a message. Autotrader.com. Yes. Still shopping for a car. Vince says Verona, Venice. I don't think it was Venice. The Verona, maybe. I have to look it up. I won't do it now, but I would have remembered Venice, famous city. Vince. Maybe Verona. I have to look it up. I know I saw it and I thought that was so cool because I was talking to myself like I normally do, when I'm drinking too much caffeine. But no, yeah, I just thought that was cool. Yeah. Quail says any Linux will do. Dabba dabba do. Any Linux will do. Whatever works, right? But yeah, it was not Venice. That I definitely would have remembered. Yes, actually it was Venice. They use Gondola OS. But a bump. But no, I do not think it was Venice. I'm actually going to look that up now, Vince. So give me a second, since the chat is a little bit light this morning, the chat attendance, but that's okay. I'm going to look it up. Let me go look it up. It is. It was Zorn OS. I'm going to look that up. Oh wow! It is the Italian city of Vicenza. I wasn't too far off. It's your cousin. Vicenza is adopting Zorn OS Linux and replacing Windows. Yeah. The Italian city of Vicenza. How cool is that? This is from the Foss Bites from 2016. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Those of you who are watching, but there you go, Vince. The city of Vicenza, named after your famous cousin, is using. I wasn't too far off when I joked. It's based off of Vince Vicenza. Cool. Anyway, nice. I've never been to that city, but I can just imagine. Hey, what is it, this Linux? Yeah, right. Hey, Pasquale, this Zoran OS, I no understand this. Where's my sausage sandwich? I gotta eat. Have I tried Zorn Quails? Oh, absolutely. Many, many, many times. Yeah. I just installed the latest light one on my Toshiba laptop. That's beat up, but still works. There used to be, I think, a Miley Cyrus Linux, right? Years ago? Since we're talking Italy, I had to play some of my dad's tunes, right? Listen, the skies are playing our favorite Linux song. Alright, I'll turn this down. Good morning, Lamer. We're just chilling. We're talking about Linux, Zorn OS being used in the city of Vicenza, Italy. Because why not? All right, let me switch the other leg to stretch. I'll stick around a little bit longer, and we'll wrap it up. Sometimes I outsmart myself. I can do my morning exercises as I do these Total OS podcasts. Very relaxing. Yes. Yes, Vince. It was also in Munich. That is correct. They had it, then they went back to Windows. Now they switched again to Linux, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, within like a period of 5 years or something? 10 years? All right, Quails, take care. If the background music is too loud, let me know. I just have it in my earpiece and it sounds just right. Vince, are there Chromebooks there in Australia starting at about the $200 range or so, or are they a little higher? We have Janik Troyer. I hope I say that right, Janik. Hi, hello. Hope I said your name right. Welcome to this morning's Good Morning Linux Total OS podcast. How are you? Yes, there are cheap Chromebooks all the way up to luxury models. Cool. Okay, nice. Yeah, usually here around Christmas time, they'll go as low as $100 for like a base model. You know, for someone starting off, and honestly, if all they're going to do is browse the web, that's probably good enough. So that's nice. You can get them there affordable too. Janik, if this is your first time on a live podcast, welcome. Everybody say hello to Janik. Glad to have you here. You are one of the reasons why I do these shows at an early time. Ah, you've been in France for 12 days. Very nice. Cool. What a beautiful place, France. Never been there. The French women are magnifiques, magnifique, something like that. The 5th time since 2018? Ah. Speaking of France, didn't like I think I did a news nuts. Didn't like 2 Air France pilots get into a brawl in the cockpit and they were suspended after they landed? Wow. It's since 2018 to have watched. The 5th. That's a lot of times. Well, glad to have you here. Yeah, you can replay this when I'm done. I talked about why I use a Chromebook and the advantages of having a Chromebooks and all that good stuff. So, as we near the end of summer here, Tuesday mornings I'm usually free, and this is I usually get up and I do these on a 50-inch 4K TV podcast because my other TV, the fourth one, has crapped out, and I just have very bad luck with TV monitors lately. He says, Carmine, you are the smooth Linux operator. Wasn't that a song from Sade? He's a smooth Linux operator. Well, thank you, sir. I've been told I have a calming, soothing voice. I try to de-stress people, especially all the Arch users. Excuse me. So you could always come here to de-stress, listen to my asymmetrical voice, whatever it's called, ASMR, I guess is the latest rage. AM, something like that. Asymmetrical, sure. Every time I listen to this my dad's song, and I'm playing it in my earpiece, it cracks me up. I call it the "Oh Hey I'm Screwed" song. And if you go down on the show notes, I have a website there for my dad. You can sample the song. It's a satire on life when things don't always go quite as planned. The last 2 years and all that. But the words just crack me up. Anyway, for those of you who understand some Italian, you will understand. But I'm listening to it now, and my dad sings, "Your friends are your friends until you need them." It's an Italian thing, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. So, you use Linux there in France? There is a French distribution, isn't there? Yeah, I think it's called Voyager Linux, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's true. In your experience, friends first stand the test in difficult situations. You're from Denmark. You're on a Mac. Very good. Macs are good. I own I don't own a Mac. I own an iPad Mini. I think it's the first or second generation. I mean, it's outdated. All the updates stopped, but it still works. So Apple doesn't make good stuff. Denmark is a beautiful place. I've seen videos and pictures, absolutely gorgeous. I think our singer friend Stephanie has traveled there for concerts. Beautiful, beautiful place, by the way. I mean, gorgeous. I've had supporters from Denmark contribute, support the live shows. So thank you, people from Denmark. If I recall, you guys have a very, very good healthcare system up there, if I am not mistaken. $1,500-kilometer drive to France. Yeah, that's a long drive. All right, Vince, thank you for stopping by. Glad to have you here. Yeah, we'll do a Linux A team. I'll let you know. I know it's been a while, but I'm probably going to wrap this up here in about 10 minutes. It's 10:47 a.m. locally, so just doing my morning stretches and relaxing. So, but I'll catch you on the next one, Vince. Again, if anybody else new or hasn't been on a while, is watching, wants to say hello, please do. I'm going to wrap this up here soon, so I can have my breakfast and start my day. Yep, Apple makes good stuff, and Chromebooks are very, very solid. Like I said, I have too, and I've never had a problem, haven't noticed any glitches or bugs or anything. They just work. It's amazing that, Google can make a system, and the Chromebooks that are out there can make solid, reliable computers starting at about $200. It's sometimes even less. Yeah, well, that's the power of Linux. What can I say? Yes, they can just roll back if there is a problem. Yes. Yeah, I actually have a friend, a retired friend who lives in Austria. She's retired from the United Nations. All she has is a MacBook Apple, and they are reliable. She's very, very. I think she had a problem one time where the hard drive failed. It was a fairly new MacBook. It happens. She went to the Apple store. She went there. They tested it. They ordered her a new drive, and within 2 days, it was all repaired and everything's good. So, yeah, it's good stuff. All right, guys, anything else? Just a couple more minutes. I'm going to start my day. So you have an iMac from 2020. Time Machine has saved me from myself. Is that the backup software? It's very handy when you get stupid. You know, we all do sometimes. Amen to that, friend. Yes, yes, we do. I've never had to use. I'm trying to think the last time I've had to use any kind of backup utility in Windows or Linux. I've been lucky so far. Of course, I always back up to external drives, multiple external drives, anything important, because I think that's the best way and the sure way. But in terms of the machines, the operating systems themselves, don't recall having a problem in quite a few years. I think Windows 11 has been superb so far. Haven't had any crashes there. And I was able to install Windows 11 in this outdated machine. Even though it's supposedly not officially supported, I got it running. And it's just as fast as Linux, so yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. Yannick says, appreciate the streams. Thank you for stopping by. So, yeah, we're closing in on 11 a.m. local time. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. I can start my day. I wish it wasn't raining, but oh well. It's been hot. It's been very hot lately, so cool things off. All right, so again, you can watch these, listen to these on the replay. I have some links below in the show notes if you want to check those out. And I think we'll wrap it up for this one. So, yeah, those of you who listen to this later on, let me know if you have a Chromebook. What do you think? Because, yeah, Chromebooks, they have the power for the masses. Officially endorsed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't know what he uses. But I'm curious. Maybe he does use a Chromebook. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this one, my friends. Arrivederci.